So, also enough words said, and it's time to start the show now. It is with great pleasure that we would now like to invite the people behind the DigiHub, namely two of the DigiHub's 4 shareholders, and in this role also representatives of the Digital Demo Day venue, to join us on stage here at Areal Böhler. Please join us in welcoming the Dezernent for Economics and Digitization of the State Capital Düsseldorf, Dr. Michael Rauterkus. Welcome on stage. And the County Governor of the Rhine District Neuss, Herr Hans-Jürgen Petrauschke. Welcome to Digital Demo Day 2021. It is rather unusual to welcome 2 political heavyweights on stage at the same time, and yet this is symptomatic of our work, of the DigiHub. More on that in a moment. Welcome on stage.
Themen, aber möglicherweise ist bei den VC-Themen noch nicht so völlig auf dem Punkt. Ja.
Dr. Rauterkus, what is the significance of the Digital Demo Day for your city and the Rhineland in general?
Sie wissen, wie es ist, ne?
Yeah, thank you, Peter. Digital Demo Day is the flagship event in the field of industrial IoT, with a major impact for NRW, Germany, and international markets in Europe and further abroad. Also, Triple D is a great platform for local and regional startups and innovators to showcase their innovation. It is also has achieved national and international significance in the startup ecosystem in North Rhine-Westphalia. Also, Triple D offers access to the Düsseldorf startup ecosystem on site, and Triple D is a platform for matchmaking with corporates, small and medium-sized enterprises and university, as well as institutions and investors. But last but not least, Triple D pushes Düsseldorf as an ideal location for international startups interested in establishing German or European headquarters when entering the German and the European market.
Yeah, the Digital Demo Day here on the Areal Böhler is actually located on both on Düsseldorf territory and on the territory of the Rheinkreis Neuss area, Rhine County of Neuss. And the boundary line actually goes exactly across this stage. And the Demo Day literally bridges this boundary and brings those cities and counties together. And that is a situation, a very good example for the Rhineland area, for NRW as a whole. We need to overcome our boundaries. We need to work together in order to compete with the mega cities of Paris, London, and Berlin. That's the only way to do it. So, Mr. Petrauschke, what does the Demo Day mean to you in this context, and how do you see our cooperation in the Rhineland area?
In 2016, we decided to join forces regionally and set up the Düsseldorf Rheinland DigiHub. As it turns out, that was a very good decision. The startup ecosystem is growing, and our economy and we as a region are reaping more and more rewards from this commitment. In the same way as the excellent development of our DigiHub overall, the Digital Demo Day is a particular success story of this development. As the head of the Rhine County of Neuss, I am of course very pleased that this startup and digitalization event, which has now become an annual occurrence, is now also internationally recognized and has established itself here at the Areal Böhler, site in Meerbusch in our county and on the borders with our state capital. And we can say, alone is alone, together is more.
Thank you. Yeah, Peter, now it's, I think, about the topic of scale-ups, right?
Yes, we are currently seeing a positive development of the startup ecosystem from quantity to quality. Not only more startups, but also more successful startups, a lot of them here today. To support this development, there needs to be a special focus on the successful growth of the best startups, the so-called scale-ups. Dr. Rauterkus, the list of success stories is getting longer and longer in Düsseldorf. That's a very good story. How do you support scale-ups in Düsseldorf?
Yes, Peter. The success story is the right point. The success story is the cooperation. You only see not Düsseldorf alone, but you can see the region, Düsseldorf and the Rhine-Kreis Neuss here presented on stage. This is one part which is really this, it's a very big point that we have success together. But if you look to the companies that you asked for, what do we do for them? We offer services for startups at basically every stage. The startup portal Düsseldorf contains a dedicated startup journey as well as a scale-up journey. Information and services for international startups is available at least in English. Access to a huge, tight local network area is offered by the Office of Economic Development, and the head of it, Teresa, is already here today. For instance, Startup Week bundles English events on 2 days. This is an attractive offer for international startup interested in checking out the location and the ecosystem and at the Düsseldorf area. Support in finding investors by the startup unit, support for international scale-up interested in setting up a unit in Düsseldorf by the International Business Service unit of our Office of Economic Development. And last, for all local startups ready to go international, we can provide access to our network, both in Düsseldorf as well as abroad, for advice and support regarding entering and scaling in foreign market. Direct networking of startup and scale-up with company, institutions, and among successful founders. Our focus on B2B business model and is cross-industry tech.
So, you see, you get a lot of support. If you are a startup, if you are a scale-up, if you are from here, if you come from abroad, there is a lot of support from the startup uni of the city of Düsseldorf and from the international business service team as well. Mr. Petrauschke, what are you and the Rhine-Kreis Neuss offering for scale-ups?
The Rhine County of Neuss, along with its economic development department, is pursuing a specially developed digitalization strategy in order to promote and support our economy. Our aim is to become the innovation county in North Rhine-Westphalia. This includes, on the one hand, strengthening the innovative activity and innovative capacity at our companies, especially in the SME sector. For this founding purpose, we have developed a support program providing up to 20,000 euro for innovations in SME projects. In the Rhine County of Neuss, we want to be a significant part of the dynamically development startup scene in the region. This is why we now also have set up an accelerator program worth of 25,000 euro for individual startup developments. Finally, and with our support, the Global Entrepreneurship Center is being built here, right here at the Areal Böhler. This is a scale-up center for regional, national and international startups that are on the threshold of becoming larger and continuing to grow. Take the opportunity to get to know our Global Entrepreneurship Center during the workshop at about 3:00 p.m. Our Economic Development Department will also be providing information about the opportunities offered by our accelerator program at stand number 37 throughout the day. You hear we are in competition, but not in competition with our neighbors, in competition to all the world. And we must say we are the best, we are better than Berlin, than Paris, than New York, and that's why we work together. Yes. But we are in competition a little bit also to Düsseldorf.
A little bit, that's right.
But this is a good and healthy competition, and both believe we are stronger together, and that's maybe the message.
Yeah, finally we want to talk about the role of digitization beyond single technologies, beyond single projects, and beyond the transformation of single companies. digitization is much more. It is the basis for the structural change of a whole region. And it's the driver for a big change with regards to climate protection and sustainability as a whole. Mr. Rauterkus, you have recently joined the initiative Mayors Alliance for the European Green Deal. And Düsseldorf is to become climate neutral capital by 2035. What do you expect from joining this initiative? And what role do you see digitization can take?
Yes, Klemens. Well, what are the goals and the contents of the initiative? The Green Deal is one of the 6 policy guidelines and the core of the new European Commission's economic and social policy. The package aims to pursue goals as a climate neutrality to the European Union by 2050, decoupling economic growth from resource use and protecting natural capital. Well, Düsseldorf wants to become climate capital and climate neutral by 2035, so 15 years earlier. To achieve this ambitious goal, the city has set up a climate protection budget of 60 million euro per year. The aspiration for clean air, sustainable mobility and energy transition are municipal issues and must be solved locally, embedded in regional and national solution concepts and coordinated in Europe and globally. This year, the city would like to conclude a Düsseldorf Climate Pact with the business community in order to jointly strive for climate neutrality. We have found the date of the 7th of October for this, so hopefully we will see a couple of you and the Rheinische Post, of course, then. So it's only 1 month, and we'll be very proud that the local businesses and the local business community takes part in this climate pact of Düsseldorf. Well, another point, digitalization. Digitalization is a challenge and innovation driver to advance climate protection and sustainability, to rethink and relaunch economic processes. We are testing this in practice. The future quarter, Unterbilk-Friedrichstadt, 2 quarters of Düsseldorf, a place where we check out applications under real conditions together with the residents before rollout to other districts. By that, we want to make the location more attractive for businesses. Well, energy efficiency, decentralized energy supply, climate-friendly heat supply, new mobility solution, and a smart infrastructure, for instance, enable Düsseldorf to become a smart city.
A fantastic initiative, Mr. Petrauschke. There's also a huge, actually a giant innovation program taking place also in the Rhine district of Neuss. It's called das Rheinische Riviera, the Rhinish mining district. How do you plan to become part of this? And how do you plan to benefit from the billions spent in this program?
First, I can say we all need energy, perhaps even more energy than today. And we are really some people who live in the area where was lignite in the former days. We had a lot of capacity to make this energy. And now we have to organize it in a positive way, the structural change. I'm happy that Mr. Jatzombeck, as one who has digital knowledge, and he is for the Federal Republic of Germany, the one who has to do something with digitalization. We need digitalization also for the change in this area. Perhaps we need longer than we will know lignite, but we need also digitalization for the new forms of energy transforming. And this will be a very great program. We have to strengthen our industry, and we want to remain an industrial and SME-oriented region. But we need more innovation and we need more startups, and therefore I am happy that the Global Entrepreneurship Center, for example, is here in Böhler area, and we try to do something for the food launch center and the metal industry with our Allo Valley. The Rhine County of Neuss and the Rhinish lignite mining region are certainly among the most exciting places for innovation developments in the world at present and in the years to come. And if it will be successful, we will be the first all over the world to change energizing to a new form. And it's a very great thing we must do, but we must do it for the future.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a bright look into the future.
A lot of good things in the making, and we are now coming to the end of our opening ceremony. And I want to mention what I really like is you guys slightly ignore our seating restrictions, and I like it, to be honest, because this is your day. You should get in touch. We are here together to do business, to do networking, matchmaking. So, yes, let's do it today. A look into the future. In 5 years, we will, hopefully in a COVID-free time, celebrate the 10th Digital Demo Day together. Where will we be then? With the event and with the startup ecosystem here in the Rhineland area as a whole. Dr. Rauterkus.
Yes. First of all, no pandemic, no COVID, that's first, but actually, I don't think, hope that the temperature doesn't rise even more. We started 5 years ago at minus 10 degrees. Now it's almost 30 here. It's a little bit hot. So that would be 2 points. But what is the most point for Düsseldorf? Well, we hope, and we are sure that we can achieve it, that Digital Demo Day will have become, in 5 years, a leading and shining international event. The showcase for the region, together with Neuss and with the federal state of NRW. We hope that initiating innovation products, even in the manner of open innovation, are a standard practice. Düsseldorf has a well-known cross-industry tech profile, and last but not least, that's our goal which we try to achieve together, that the Rheinland is one of the top 3 startup ecosystems in Germany, maybe in Europe. We have a look what will be in 15 years, but we have big goals for our startup and scale-up industry here.
This sounds promising, and I think very important is it takes time to build a huge, prospering ecosystem. Herr Petrauschke.
I hope we will all live, not only here in this region, in welfare, freedom, and how we live now. We can create our future together, but only together. And not only in our county, not only in our region, but we must work strong. We must strong work for the changes in economy, the changes in energy. That will not be something that will come from alone. And I hope the young people will see this and work, and they will have a good future in our region. They will want to live here, and so I'm very content.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Rauterkus. Thank you very much, Mr. Petrauschke, for coming here today, for being part of our opening ceremony. I hope you can stay a bit longer, enjoy the show. Goodbye for now.
Thank you very much.
So.